we are really going to highlight a relief outing in a loss, and that will tell you kind of everything you need to know. No disrespect for Trevor Megill, who pitched great. You're going to see a 6-pitch, 7th inning here. Nice play by Palacios and Miranda on both ends of that play, by the way. Not a great night for the Twins, but Trevor Megill was very good. He's got that 97-mile-per-hour fastball, 82-mile-per-hour knuckle curve that he just bullied Harold Castro with in this plate appearance. That thing is both those pitches are pretty nasty. Bailey Ober gave up 5 runs and 9 hits in 6 innings. The Twins only got 2 hits. At least it was against Tarek. Skubal has been really good this year, but still not great. So, yeah, that's how Trevor Megill kind of becomes the big focal point. But, it is important. This bullpen could use somebody to step up, and, he's been looking pretty good of late. And speaking of which, Trevor Larnach makes a great play here in foul territory. He's been looking really good in right field. He mostly played left field. He's also hitting a ton, so really nice to see Trevor Larnach playing well. But Twins lose 5-0. On to the Saints. And again, this young prospect, Jake Cave, that they've got down in the minor leagues here. A big home run. Watch out for this guy. You see St. Paul down 9-1. Not a good game overall for the Saints, but good to see Tim Beckham up with the Saints. Kind of completed a rehab assignment. He's up back where he belongs in AAA. Former number 1 overall pick back in 2008. Had a couple hits in this one. Just to put in perspective how long ago that was. It was when the Twins drafted Aaron Hicks. So it's been a while. It's been a while since the Braves drafted him 1 overall, but good depth in the system. Nice guy to have around for the Saints as well. So good on those both points. Saints lose today. Wichita, their first game. This was a continued game from a game that got postponed. And I just want to mention, they got shut out. Not a lot to highlight, but if you see Simeon Woods Richardson at a short start, it wasn't injury related. It's because he pitched, and then the game got suspended, and then Blaine Enlow pitched. You see today. Here's Jair Camargo, who got called up from Cedar Rapids, so he's in AA for the first time, and he had a great second game for Wichita, in which they won. The second game was a 7-inning game with the opposite field home run. And then I think that's a Euro step, right? I'm not really a big NBA guy, but he's got some style. He plays with energy. He plays with emotion. Does Camargo. Like watching him play. Ernie Yake here. I want to show he basically gets himself around the bases on this grounder through the infield because he gets a hustle double. And this is a guy who was drafted in the 10th round out of Gonzaga last year. And he steals third base cleanly, but the throw goes by and he scores. And Yake, started the year in Fort Myers, wasn't really doing much, but the Saints really needed a guy. So he got called all the way up to AAA. Now he's down in AA, kind of just going wherever he's needed. So I want to kind of tip of the cap to him for doing a nice job being in his, such a young guy in terms of his professional career. And then Alex Isola gets his 6th home run of the year. He's now hitting .307 with a 900 OPS. A guy who had a nice season for Cedar Rapids last year. And Camargo does it again with another opposite field blast. He hit .296, .314, .496 for Cedar Rapids before being called up. There's that step again. A guy from Columbia who the Twins actually picked up in the Kenta Maeda trade from the Dodgers. Going on down to Cedar Rapids, and Yunior Severino is back. He's a guy who had a really nice end to the year for Cedar Rapids, but has been hurt basically all of this season. He hits a triple, but the throw gets by, so he scores. So another guy returning from injury. That's been kind of a big highlight of today. Guys coming back from injuries. Edouard Julien for AA also came back, I saw, and got a hit in their first game. That's great. But here's Alerick Soularie, the second round pick for the Twins in 2020 out of Tennessee. Some minor league camera work here, but you see this giant walls, and he just absolutely blasted that one. Just crushed. Not a big guy, but man, he has some power in him. That's Alerick Soularie. And here's Kyler Fedko, the Twins' 12th round pick last year out of UConn. On the year, he started the year in Fort Myers, but on the year he's got a .412 on-base percentage and a .486 slugging. He homered as well. Oh, giant walls here. You see it's .407 with a huge wall in Lansing. He goes out. Again, that's Kyler Fedko, the 12th round pick from just last year, already up in Cedar Rapids, doing damage, playing really well for them since that promotion as well. Also in this one, Sawyer Gipson-Long pitched 6 innings and gave up only 1 earned run. His ERA is now down to 2.06. Kind of one of the guys that I'd like to see move on up to Double-A. I think if you kind of had a short list of guys who you feel like probably are deserving of a promotion by now, I think Sawyer Gipson-Long would be one of them. One of the better performing pitchers last year in the Twins system. And then I do want to mention Christian Encarnacion Strand has been great at the plate, but this was his 13th error of the season. Would have been a tough play. They did score an error, but again, he has 13 errors on the year. Moving on down to Fort Myers, and they lost 2-1, but the 1 run came on an Emmanuel Rodriguez homer. He also drew 2 walks, and as you see there, that's his 8th home run of the season for Emmanuel Rodriguez. Steve Hadger pitched really well again on the mound, limited his walks for the most part, which has kind of been the big thing for him. And then Matthew Swain is now up to 21 innings without an earned run. Crazy. And Jorge Alcala pitched on a rehab assignment. So the Twins could really, again, bullpen, like we said on the onset of the video, the Twins could really use a boost. Jorge Alcala hopefully will be back soon. Thank you so much for checking this out. We will talk again tomorrow.